Nobody. Not mom or dad or a grandmother or a grandfather or a big sister or big brother or teachers or doctors or soldiers or reverends or athletes or lawyers or TV stars or any people who are working or any people who are playing. Not even the president. Not even a king or a queen. Not even people who love each other know what a single thing is. It is a great and wonderful mystery to all of us that anything is or that we are. And whether somebody says, I don't know how anything came to be, or God made everything, they are simply pointing to the feeling of the mystery of how everything is, but nobody knows what it really is or how it came to be. As long as we go on feeling this mystery, we feel free and full and happy, and we feel and act free and full and happy to others. This is the secret of being happy, from the time you are small until the time you are old. If you will remember every day to feel the mystery, and if you will remember to feel that you are more than what you look like, and if you will remember to be the mystery itself, then you will be happy every day, and all kinds of wonderful happenings will come up for you. You will feel happy, and you will always help and love others, even those who are having trouble feeling happy and are even trying to make you forget the mystery. Someday you may meet someone who has felt the mystery really strong for a long time, so that person feels the mystery all the time and is always happy. Such a person is the best person to learn from about happiness and life and love. I hope you will remember to feel the mystery every day as long as you are awake forever. The best thing to tell anybody is to remember to feel this. I have been doing this for a long time, and it is the best and most important feeling of all. I am very happy I could tell you this. Maybe someday we will meet face to face. Maybe. Anyway, at least you and I will always know that at least one other person somewhere is remembering and feeling and loving the mystery right now.
Kakshachima Gothawa Wankantanka, Inshallah, flute and drums, hermano, y yo, era su.
There's been a lot of negative things that happened to our nation, and a lot of atrocities and genocide to our nation. But in spite of these great hardships, us as future generations and as Lakotas, we still survive, and we'll always survive, and there will always be the fight for freedom until one day they give our land back. And our most sacred land is the Black Hills. And one thing that we stand on here as younger generations is the power of prayer. And through the power of prayer, I see we will make change, and we will come out a very prominent nation, because we was a prominent nation because we had very visionary leaders. And our very visionary leaders at that time, in a traditional time, walked in a world where it was between heaven and earth. So then therefore they had that spiritual sense. They walked in the spiritual realm. So then that's what we do today as younger generations. We have a very sacred symbol which we call the peace pipe. And the sacred chanupa is what we stand on today, because that is the ground of power from which we stand. And through this chanupa was brought 7 sacred ceremonies, 7 sacred rites that are to be done in accordance with this, with our sacred pipe. And there's also some customary law, which we call natural law, that we conduct ourselves in a sense of respect and manner of how we are to conduct ourselves. So then these are the attributes and how we conduct ourselves with that kind of respect as future generations. And we were taught this from our traditional elders and spiritual leaders, to always pray in a time of uncertainty, because the power of prayer will bring you the knowledge. It will bring you the knowledge, and my grandfathers always say knowledge is power. And I believe that, because many of my grandfathers always tell me, in today's day and time that you walk Takoja, and Takoja means grandchild, there's a time when, becoming a day and time whenever the Washichus basically took over our way of life. So in this day and time that you walk, you have to walk hand in hand in balance with the Lakota way of life and the white man's way of life. So then that doesn't mean losing your Lakota way of life, but walking in harmony and balance with both. And I understand that the only way to live in today's day and time is to master his education. So then this is what I encourage the younger generations to do, is to go to his institution of learning and to understand his mentality and philosophy, and bring it back to our nation so we can somehow merge both together to come with a balance. And this is what we have to do in order to survive. It's our only...
As a mother, we teach our children 80% of what they learn. And as a mother, I realized and I understood, because my mother was a teacher. She was 4-year degree certified teacher of South Dakota. Was a teacher at Lone Man Day School for 28 years, director of bilingual and director of Lakota studies. Was a mother as such, creating a bridge for me to understand from a real traditional Lakota world that my mother was. My mother, if she was alive, would have been 80 years old. I am the youngest of 5 children of the Loud Hawk family. And in my mom's years of living, she was very visionary, as her mother and father was. In her day, there is a very few people, the Lakotas, that went to high school and went to college and tried to make sense of their world. And without my mother, I would have never had the bridges or the links to understand the Indian world and the white man world. My mom used to always say, I master the Indian world because I'm a woman, and as a woman, you are to have honor and respect for yourself, and to be called a woman is like a degree, because whenever you went to a certain age, when you became woman, you were given a little bag that you put on your belt, and you were given a knife and an owl case. This meant that you were ready for womanhood, and she told me that was just like a degree, a career, a profession as being a mom and a teacher and an advisor of the Lakota Nation, or of your own little tiwahe, your own little family. So she told me that in the Indian world, I can make moccasins, I can tan hides, I can go dig timsilas. I know what all is we need to survive. as a mom, if all this stores and everything didn't exist, we would be able to survive because I am a woman, and that's equivalent to a degree in this white man's world. And she said, in the white man's world, I also can master that because I have a degree. I walk both worlds very successfully, the Indian world and the white man world, because I have a title. And in the white man world, if you have a 4-year degree, they respect you. Whether you are disrespected, whether in real life you're a disrespectful person or whatever, but she said in the white man world, that title means a lot, and that title and that degree can open up a lot of doors for you. So with my mom being as a teacher and a researcher and a linguist, I learned a lot from her because she was not only my mom, but she was my teacher 24/7. And she taught me a lot of things in life that belong in a traditional world, and it seems to not fit in this contemporary reservation world.
Survival.